What's going on, folks? And we're back with another one. You know, it's been a minute since I've done another Galactic Legend guide or anything in that sort of realm. I did videos on Kylo and Rey, and today we're going to be focusing on Galactic Legend Leia Organa. Leia is considerably one of the top GLs in the game. If you're going for her, or if you're just about to, unlock her, if you have no idea how to mod her, how to use her with certain team comps and stuff like that, don't worry, I got you. I've had Leia for quite a long time already on my roster, but without further ado, let's get into it.
Sir.
Alright, folks, we're in the game as usual. So before we actually get started on looking at Leia, I do want to say and mention that this just dropped an hour ago. Yeah, so tomorrow, because of Halloween, tomorrow's Halloween, bonus double drops for tomorrow, only tomorrow, on dark side nodes, all dark side battles. That's pretty cool. I know I'll be using that to get Shin more. I need to get more shards on Shin, so I'm gonna be abusing the hell out of that tomorrow. Let me actually start getting some more energy and stuff for that. Alright, yeah, I'll just leave it at 4K for now. But yeah, I'm going to use all that energy for Shin tomorrow. But yeah, let's actually go look at Leia. That's what we're here for today. So GL Leia, like I said, considerably one of the best GLs in the game, especially with her kit. The thing that like makes her most dangerous is the cooldown manipulation. She prevents cooldown resets or cooldown increases, cooldown decreases. She prevents all that stuff on the enemy team as well. So yeah, it's really nice to have that for her and her kit. She's a rebel. She's a tank. One of the best tanks in the game. And her ultimate is. Her ultimate is okay, but her ultimate is a lot better when you have the enemy fractured. What is it over here? No, not ambushed. My bad. Yeah. So ambushed and ambushed is two different things. You want to try to have most of the enemy team ambushed, because if you have the enemy team ambushed, it does 90% more damage, and it to Leia's max health. So then that leads into her mods, which you want to have a lot of health on her, because it's also based on her ultimate as well. So you want to have at least 160k health. Try to get 170k health, like me. Good speed, I'd say 550 plus, and at least 160 to 170k health on Leia. I mean, like, offense wise and stuff like that really doesn't matter. Like, you don't need to have a lot of offense and damage output on her Leia. You want to have more so a lot of health and good speed, because if you have really good speed, you know, like 560 plus, 550 bare minimum, but if you have good speed like this and you have good health like this, then like it does wonders, you know. And Leia can get a decent amount of holds too. She's more of a defensive GL, but you can definitely use her on offense, especially against other certain team comps like Ahsoka. Leia completely destroys Ahsoka. You know, and then Leia removes that with her kit in that ambush, the rebel ambush, and her ultimate. You know, she likes to remove all the protection and stuff like that, which is really nice. And then she inflicts the crit chance and critical damage down on her tactical offensive. I think over here, yeah, crit chance down and crit damage down. She inflicts a lot of debuffs as well, which is really nice, making the enemy slower and less offensive, which is another great tool for her kit. Her basic is really nice. You know, she has a lot of stuff going on with certain roles like attackers, healers, and tanks, which is really cool and unique about her compared to other GLs in the game. She definitely utilizes a lot of the roles that are on the team. Besides, you know, just being all rebels, you know. But yeah, so modding, a lot of health and good speed. And then team comps, honestly, where is it? Yeah, so this is my main team comp with R2, Rex, Captain Drogon, and Old Ben. This can be flexible. Leia's team can definitely be flexible. You always want to have R2 and Captain Drogon on the team. That is a must, even on 3v3. Always R2 and Captain Drogon, especially in Grand Arena, where Captain Drogon has his Grand Arena Omnicron with, I think right here, second in command. It had more 50% max health. Drogon is immune to ability block. He dispels all debuffs, random allies if the leader is a rebel fighter support. That does not pertain to Leia, because Leia is not a rebel fighter. But even right here in the start of the encounter, if the leader is a rebel tank, which Leia is, Drogon gains 100% protection up for 1 turn, and then all these other nice things: ability block, immunity, max health boost, recovery, and protection here and stuff like that. So it's really nice to just slap on the Omni there with Leia for 3v3 or 5v5. But if you're focusing on 5v5, like I said, it could be more flexible. You always want to have at least maybe one other tank besides Leia herself, and it has to be a Jedi tank too. A Jedi rebel tank like Kanan or Old Ben, as you see in the leader slot here. Jedi rebel tanks gain 100% defense, and at the start of the turn they taunt, protection up, all that stuff. So yeah, so if you don't have Old Ben, which I'm pretty sure like 100% of you should have Old Ben, but if you don't have Old Ben or don't want to use Old Ben with Leia, another good alternative is Kanan, because he's a Jedi rebel tank. And then there's not those many Jedi rebel tanks. It's either Old Ben or let's see who else. Old Ben and Kanan. That's really about it. You can also throw in Baze Malbus as a tank, but he's not a Jedi tank. Yeah, there's quite a bit of flexibility you can have. I've seen people have Han and Chewie instead of Rex and Old Ben. You could have Han and Chewie where's right here. So this team is another alternative, even though there's no other tanks besides Leia. This is more of an offensive team. Obviously, Chewie's here for the guard, so he'll be guarding Han, and then he'll be guarding probably R2 or Drogon, depending on how weak the other ally is. Like, my Drogon and R2 are both Relic 8, and they're both 300 speed, if I'm not mistaken. So it could vary. with Han and Chewie, he'll probably guard R2 or Drogon besides Han as well. And then with the guard on Chewie here, what is it? Loyal friend. So if Han is going to be guarded, and then if, let's say, R2 is guarded as well, R2 can't be critically hit, he can't be dazed or stunned, and he'll get an extra 25% critical chance, which is really nice. But like I said, this is more of an offensive team with Chewie and Han with the guard and stuff like that. But the more normal defensive team, you know, Old Ben, and then Captain Rex. Captain Rex is really nice on this team, besides him being on Phoenix. Obviously, that's where he belongs, but Captain Rex goes really nice, especially with his AoE dazes and tenacity down, with his suppressing fire. And then he also has a Grand Arena Omnicron in 5v5. And in 3v3, it doesn't even matter. He gains an additional 60% max health and 25 speed, 30% critical damage. So this right here doesn't apply to anything. It doesn't matter what team he's on. It's just right here while in Grand Arenas. It could be on Phoenix, it could be Rebel, it could be anything like that. This applies everywhere. But with Phoenix in 5v5, you get these extra stuff going on here, and then when 3v3 with clone troopers, you get all this extra stuff going on here. But besides that, yeah, Captain Rex and Old Ben is the normal go-to for me. But yeah, like this, you can be more flexible with Leia, but in 3v3, it's just Drogon and R2. And then in 5v5, it could be anything, anyone you want with the main trio: Old Ben, Kanan, Rex, Han, Chewie. It don't matter for 5v5. Leia is really good in all game modes, honestly. She does me very well in territory battle. She does me very well in TW, Grand Arena, Conquest. It doesn't matter. Like Leia and her team is just all around really good, like in any game mode. But yeah, so we discussed the team comps, the mods, and yeah, other than that, I'd say the Zeta order for her, if you don't have enough Zetas and you just unlocked her, I'd say the most important Zetas is I Know, then Rebel Ambush, and probably Forever Apprentice or Tactical Offensive as your third or fourth Zeta. You can save the basic for last. Galactic, Legend, and then yeah, the basic for last. But the top two you want to have as soon as you unlock her is I Know and Rebel Ambush and Tactical Offensive. Those three are like probably considerably the best Zetas in order you want, because the Rebel Ambush allows to dispel all the protection, remove all the protection, and the Tactical Offensive is where you inflict all those debuffs, the crit chance down, critical damage down, speed down, all that stuff. And then I Know with her leader is where you get all these mastery and boost stats and speed stats and stuff like that. Second Wind she grants herself as well, and her allies. And then yeah, so that's pretty much about it on the Zeta order for her once you unlock her. But yeah, honestly, Leia has done me wonders. She's she's a damn good GL, honestly. The only thing is she doesn't really give you anything in return for fleets. She does have her own special event assault battle thing, if you want to call it, like the Ender Escalation or something like that. But the rewards are not really that great. But yeah, other than that, like, she doesn't really give like a return in fleet or anything at all. She does synergize with the Jabba the Hutt and Jedi Master Luke rebel thing going on. Like, for example, with JML, Han is required for JML, required for Jabba. Um, like certain requirements do line up and fall with Leia, JML, and Jabba the Hutt. So like, other people have said it too. If you're going for Leia or JML or Jabba, one or the other, you should probably think about finishing the rest with them, because there are certain requirements that do align with these 3 GLs that go together, which I definitely do agree on that. And yeah, so that's pretty much about it. We talked about there's the Zeta orders, the team comps, the mods, the speeds. We want to be prioritizing health and speed. One last thing too. With the speed, with the arrow, you can do health, but you want to make sure you have a good amount of speed secondaries for the arrow. If you want to do speed, vice versa, you want to make sure you have a lot of good health and percent health, like how I have here. I have a speed arrow on Leia, and then I have good health, base health, and percent health. Same thing over here, health primary, health primary, health primary, and then I have good percent health here, good percent health there. Yeah, so I have health here, base health here. So a lot of health and good speed. Bare minimum 550 plus, recommended 560 plus. Bare minimum for health 160k, recommended 170k or higher. But yeah, can't stress it enough. That's it for this video. I hope this helps you out if you're planning on going for Leia, or if you're unlocking Leia soon. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've done a GL guide. Leia would be my third one. I don't know who my next one will be, but that will come in the future. But other than that, I'm Insidious. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. It means a lot to me. On the way to 400 subs. Let's get that going. Let's get that done. And yeah, I'm Insidious as always, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace. Later.